Hello once again, Sean Donovan and Mahesh Trivedi here with you today for our latest lesson in the Romantic Renewal course. Once again, remember to click the subscribe button and the bell button to be notified when the new lessons become available. So, this lesson, what you can expect. In the last lesson, we explored why you might be having doubts in the early months of moving in together and ways to resolve those doubts. In this lesson, you'll learn about what to expect over the years of your relationship. You'll learn more about yourself and your partner than you can imagine. Mahesh, do you have any thoughts on this?
Yes, Sean. I'll just recall these two people in the 1950s, Joseph Luft and Harrington Ingham. They both developed a simple yet powerful model to explain personalities. So we are talking right now almost like a 70, 75 years earlier thing. And it is called the Johari window.
Very famous.
Now Johari window is a very popular thing for understanding the personality. A lot of psychometric tests are there, and there are so many personality tests are there. But this is so beautiful that it's a self-assessment with your own reflection. So let's look at this model in greater detail to see how it applies to you and your partner and your relationship. So Johari window is actually like a four quadrant graph that there are like a before I explain in detail, there are four things like people know about themselves, people don't know about themselves, other people know about themselves, but they don't know about themselves. And the fourth quadrant is they also don't know and other people also don't know. So there are four different type of, so
It
Jory
sounds,
window
it
is,
sounds it sounds a little
yeah,
bit complicated, but people, the picture of this is available in the paid section of the website.
yes,
Those
that's true. That's
who have
true. So
access.
basically,
But
yeah,
if anybody doesn't have access, they can just look it up online. It's very well known, so
yeah,
you'll
it
be
is,
able to get
yeah.
a picture.
Yeah, and it's a very well explained and practically possible. So mainly known to the self, known to the others. So it's like a public information known to the self, but unknown to the others is like a private or hidden from others. Unknown to self and known to others is like a blind to self, and unknown to self and unknown to others is undiscovered, like a unknown to anyone, like a it is covered. So our program is like discover your strength, is like a covered area you discover. You you it is covered,
Yeah.
but we have discovered your strengths coaching. So Jory
Okay,
window
so would
shows.
you like to expand? Just describe what each of those actually means.
Yeah, yeah. So today's Johari window shows that how everyone has these four aspects. So, and it is focusing on uh, different uh, 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 aspects which we already talked. But the number one is the public aspect. Is like what everyone knows. So this could be what you look like, your job, and other people easily discovered things about you. So this is in a context of relationship that when you first meet each other, the public square is small and the private square is large. The longer you know each other, the public square becomes large. So like a to each other. Number two, the private part of yourself, like a private matters, is that which you know, but others don't. So some people keep this private part hidden. Like they don't want anyone to know certain things, okay, about their personality. This makes for good novels and weak relationships. In healthy relationship, the private becomes smaller as you come to know each other better because now you have started living together. The third aspect is the blind part of you, is what others know about you, but you have not discovered yet. So maybe your partner may have a better awareness of what both your gifts and weaknesses. And as you learn from your partner, you will know more about both your strength and weaknesses. And it's a common thing. Most of us resist recognizing the area we need to work on. So we also often resist acknowledging what our gifts are. And the last aspect is I told you it's unknown. So it is undiscovered, um, are the hidden qualities that neither of you know. So in relationship, many undiscovered qualities will become discovered. And you'll be surprised at some gifted areas you were not aware of. And you will be disappointed when you learn things you are not happy about.
Hmm.
So,
Certainly, yes.
yeah,
What you learn about each other can certainly bring you closer together.
yes,
You can become comfortable with each other because you accept and trust each other.
yeah,
And this brings a deepness to your relationship that you didn't know was possible.
yeah.
So, in the midst of the ordinary will be passion and bumps.
Mm.
So, most of our life is filled with routine. The same actions and events occur with regularity. Your job is to ensure that your relationship also has times of excitement and passion. That's why you want to build passion into your life by the rituals we discussed earlier.
Yes, yes, Sean. Keeping your relationship strong will ensure you make it through the challenging times. So there will be times when someone loses a job, like one of you, two partner, or one of you become ill or struggle emotionally. So the more solid you make your relationship during the ordinary times, the better you will handle the challenging times.
Mm. Yes, it may seem strange to say change is the one thing you can count on in life after we've talked about the ordinariness of life. Even when life is ordinary, change is happening, even if barely noticed. So, change really is the constant in life.
Yes. And one day you look back a few years uh, and realize you are a different person than you were. It's a popular saying that we are changing, like a with the time and the phase of the life. So you look at your partner and realize they are different also. So you just did not notice it, and then you did.
Hmm. So what are some of those
So
stages that
yeah,
adults go through in their development?
um, there are natural development stages adults go through. So like different age group. So in the mid to late 20s, we are getting used to being an adult. So we are trying on the adult mindset. So our idea of what makes a relationship is in flux. Sometimes we act like a teenager, and other times we like an adult. So we are making decisions about our personal lives with values and what we want to do with our lives. The next stage is 20 to 30s. So the late 20s to early 30s is where lifestyle changes often occurring. So marriage and children have a strong impact upon the individual and also on the relationship. So how each partner handles these changes determines the flow of relationship. The next stage is late 30s and 50s. This is the time when we seem to settle into our lives. Work and children consume most of our time and energy. So, if you made rituals a tradition in your relationship, you will enjoy the highs of passion mixed with a deep sense of commitment to each other. And the fourth stage is the mid 40s to mid 50s are a time of evaluation of yourself and life. You look at whether you have accomplished what you wanted in life. So many people begin to think of being closer to the end of their lives rather than the beginning. It is also um, it is also called as a mid-age crisis. This is a time in which your relationship can deepen into the kind of relationship you dreamed of when you were in your teens and 20s. So these are all development stages. So each development stage brings changes to the individual, and each partner will need to adapt to those changes. The foundation you set now will assist as changes occur.
Great. All right, well, let me summarize again what we've talked about today. So the early passion which brought you together can bring you to a deepening commitment to each other. This results in a comfortableness you didn't know was possible. It takes both of you working on your relationship by forming daily and weekly rituals to keep your passion alive. The most important ritual you'll discover is healthy and consistent communication with each other. That is the subject of our next lesson. But before you move on to explore the ways to communicate, just take some time to reflect on what we've talked about today. So again, just remember to click the subscribe and the bell button to be notified when the next lesson becomes available. And we'll see you then.